Dale Baker. Guys, what's going on? I'm not going to waste too much time today. Good to see you there, Dale Baker. Thanks for tuning in. I don't know who all else is tuning in. Listen, guys, just wanted to check on the community. We will not. We will not. I repeat, I will not be live in the morning. Seeming like the morning will be Christmas time. Everybody will be with their families. Everybody will either be eating, opening up presents, getting ready for church, or whatever. But I want to come on real quickly and check on the uh, the community here in South Carolina. Rod, what's going on, man? How you doing? Here in uh, South Carolina, I'm going to pull up the temperature right now. What we're looking at. I had a couple family members I called to check up on. Some of them had some water situations, stuff freezing over. Right now, it's like 24 degrees, and it will not get too far past that until at least, it's going to drop down to at least 19 degrees by 7 o'clock. We won't be into the 30s until around by 11. So what I want to do is I just want to check on the community to see how you guys are doing. Maybe to give y'all some pointers, some tips of what you should do. Um, like I said, this is going to take the place, you guys, of me being live tomorrow morning. So, hey, might not get a bunch of views tonight, but I think it'd be helpful if we just listen. Uh, I see anybody living in a house. Uh, Anybody living in a house that's at least 10 years or older, I advise you to let your pipes drip. Let your pipes drip, community. Let your pipes drip, Hopkins. Let your pipes drip, Gas and Eastover. Let your pipes drip, Columbia. Um, it'll be I can only imagine, which it has happened before in some previous houses I've lived in. I've woken up and and again I'm having this live because I won't be going live in the morning because of Christmas. But it's like 20 something degrees, and I think it feels like maybe 10 or 11 because of the wind chill. Um, It'd be a terrible thing waking up in the morning and you're scared to flush your toilet, or your water's not working and you need to wash your face, or you didn't go to the grocery store and get the essential things that you need for these times. We have water. We got gallons of water, but I we're pretty much good. I got a tankless water heater. I don't know who all got a regular water heater. I have a tankless water heater, and we did not do the faucet drip last night, and we came out all right. But I do think if you have a home that's at least 10 years plus, because of the piping and the coding and stuff, I just think it's beneficiary for you to go ahead, you guys, and go ahead and let those. Sean Smith, what's going on? I think it's been a beneficiary for you guys to let those pipes drip. Again, it is like 20 something degrees here in Columbia, South Carolina, Hopkins Gas and Eastover. And I want to make sure that I reach out to my community, the Laura Richland community. Guys, please, 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 please let your water drip tonight. Your light bill, it's gonna be extra anyway because it's Christmas time, right? Am I right about that? Hold up, at me. Okay, yeah, getting that right there. It's gonna be extra anyway. So your water bill, listen, just let it be what it be. You don't want to try to listen. Anybody with a tankless water heater, I've learned that if your tankless water heater freezes up on you, best thing that you can do is get a blow dryer. Um, Good afternoon, Geraldine Pugh. How you doing? Thank you, and to Geraldine Pugh and the nice National Juniors and family. Y'all know y'all have my deepest apologies for my miss date judgment. Y'all know I wouldn't have done that on purpose. I missed a very important event that I looked at I thought it was the next day, and found out I was calling to check on the day of that I should have been there. So my apologies. But thanks for tuning in. But yeah, y'all make sure that you got your stuff in order. Listen, we didn't listen. Matter of fact, talking about water, y'all better have those generators and stuff close by. Generators, your candles. You better have your sheets out. Um, Titus, what's going on? Also, for those who have pets, I have pets. I have two big American bullies. They are outside as we speak. I was thinking about bringing them inside, putting them in the garage, put the heaters on. I got so much stuff in the garage. But what I did do is I went out and bought some heat lamps or lights or whatever and got their situation in their dog house nice and comfy, nice and bearable. Plenty of cedar chip, plenty of covers, quilts, or whatever that they can snuggle up in. I go out there between various hours and make sure that they're good. And I can tell you this much: when I look out the window and I see them out there, and and I see the light on, and I sneak out there and I see them ball up in the corner chilling, and they not shivering like that right there, makes me feel good. I took the extra effort. I got my drop cords ran from the house. I got them off about 5 feet off the air because early in the morning I let them run loose so they can build up their own energy and they don't be so stiff. And surprisingly, when I let them out of the kennels, surprisingly, they don't go back to the doghouse until it's time to go in. And I even stuck my head and hand in the doghouse. I say the doghouse is probably, don't get me wrong now, it's not like 70 degrees up in there, but it don't feel like it's 20 degrees. And like I said, they sleep well. They got plenty of Kimberly Austin Wood. Thanks for tuning in. I'm just checking on the community, Kimberly. With this weather, what are y'all doing to make sure that your pipes don't freeze up? What are y'all doing? Listen, let that water drip, not just a little drip. You need a good drip, a good drip. You need a stream. You need to do a mixture of hot and cold. If you got a two-story house, you might want to do you want to go ahead and do a steady stream upstairs and downstairs. Okay. If you got a two-story house, do a steady stream with with the hot and cold. With the hot and cold, you want to have a nice little stream, hot and cold. But back to yeah, if you have a tankless water heater, you take a hair dryer on the outside of the house. Then all you gotta do is look it up on YouTube, and you put the dryer on the box outside. You can see the connections going in, and you just dry it out. That should help you. Um, I might even try to pull it up, but I really don't have a lot of folks on here um, today. As of right now, I'm pretty sure people will go back and watch the live. But listen, um, and next time I will be better prepared for a winter. I didn't know this cold weather was coming like this. Next time I will have, and this is just for the outside, for the dogs. I will have quilts. I would have. I'm going to buy more upgraded heat lamps so that they can have more direct heat. Um, I'm going to make sure. I put up a tarp to block all the wind going in. That helped out a lot because I woke up Friday morning when all that wind and stuff was going, and one of my dogs was howling. I didn't know what was going on. Like I said, I was oblivious to all of the cold weather. I listen, literally, I didn't know nothing about the weather dropping so low. I don't watch the news like that. Only time I watch the weather is when I'm working. I watch the weather because being a truck driver, I like to know what's the conditions like on the way to where I gotta go and what it's gonna be like when I get there. So since I had days off, I didn't really pay no attention. But Adonis Bowell, what's going on? Cause um, I'll be better prepared next time with quilts. Like I said, I put up a tarp, to block the wind. Um, and like I said, I got a work light up in there and plenty of cedar chip. My wife gave me some sheets, some covers to put in there. I already had clothing from clothes I can't wear anymore. I already had clothing in there. They was already bedded in that and bedded in the cedar chip, and that helped out a lot. Um, Guys, I'm just trying to give y'all some tips, man. Listen, and it's kind of late at the moment, I guess, to be doing this, but it's gonna be cold tomorrow. It's gonna be cold Monday. Let me look again and see what it's gonna be like. Let's see. Sunday highs 39, lows 17. Monday highs 43, lows 26. Highs Tuesday 47, 26 low. So we going below freezing. We going below freezing. So y'all just you know. And my other advice my other advice to you guys is when you do get up in the morning, be slow with turning your water all the way open. I know it's just our natural inclination that when we get up in the morning, you immediately go to washing your face and you're not really worried about um, the water. But please, because you don't want to open up that valve and that thing halfway frozen up, and then you trying to force that water through there. Because most of our water pipes, if I ain't mistaken, most of your water pipes, especially for the newer model houses, everything is definitely in the walls, but definitely also under that, on that concrete slab. And you don't want them to have to go in, cutting your walls down because your pipes done burst or leak or you done jacked up your toilet over. Hey, listen, go on ahead, do the right thing. Again, I'm having this live tonight in reference to I will not be going live tomorrow. I know y'all saddened and you you really want to see me tomorrow. I know everybody wants to see me tomorrow, but tomorrow's gonna be Christmas. I'm going to sleep in and enjoy um Christmas. I I don't sleep in no Sundays because I'm up because my TV show comes up. Now the TV show still comes on at 6:30. The TV show still comes on at 6:30. The TV show still comes on 6:30. It will be on tomorrow. And we got some awesome groups that will be performing tomorrow. We even got the late Keith Wonderboy Johnson. He will be on the show tomorrow. Uh, and let's see. Let me make sure I don't miss nothing. Y'all know how it is. You be done miss. Uh, and I'm not gonna be on here long, guys. I just wanted to touch bases with y'all, man. I'm really, really concerned about the community. Kayvon, what's going on, man? Wherever y'all at, y'all let me know whether you got lights, whether you got water, you know, whether you got the essential things that you need. Uh, Again, if you have animals, small animals, dogs, whatever, and some people just don't have animals in their house. They got animals, they got dogs, but they don't allow them in the house. Listen, I've had them in the house, outside the house. My dogs have been outside for the past couple of years, and in order for me to bring them in the house at this point in time, they would have to go through a major bath. They have to get, washed down real good because dogs carry an outside scent. Not only a dog scent, but they carry an outside scent. You know what I mean? And it's too cold to be talking about going and taking a dog to get a bath and all that. Not, I do have a dog wash close to my house by the car wash. There's an extra dog wash where you can go in there. They got two big old tubs and you pay for the stuff, But like I said, I got my dogs. I got a tarp put up around the fence so the wind doesn't go in and block. I got a work light inside shining down on them, and I got lots of cedar chip, and I got uh, uh, covers in there, and they do pretty good. They do pretty good. Like I said, I creep outside And this is how I know that they be sleeping good. Because normally when I open up that back door, excuse me, the alarm goes off, and dogs can hear better than we can. And they always hear that sound from the inside of the house and they always come out and come to the fence. But I sneak out the house and I tiptoe up to the gate, their pen, make sure they snuggled up and I feel better as long as they, 'cause when dogs real cold, but they be sitting they be just breathing nice and neat. I see that nice light out there. They are enjoying themselves. So guys, listen, if you can't bring your dogs in the house, go in your closet. Everybody got a closet full of sheets and towels. They ain't using. Everybody. Everybody got a closet full of sheet and towels they ain't using. Go on out there and throw a couple towels. Go in your closet, something you ain't wearing. Go listen, you ain't wearing it anyway. Go on ahead and throw it on out there. Throw it in your doghouse. Yeah, you'd be surprised. And another key thing with dogs, if you can get the doghouse off of the ground, uh, doesn't have to be elevated 6, 7, 8, 9. It just has to be off the ground. Period. Because the ground holds that coldness, and it's just gonna, if the doghouse is on the ground, it's just cold as the ground is. It's just gonna transfer uh, through the doghouse, right? So again, Laura Ridge Community, man. Listen, I hope everybody doing good. I know Saturday morning, was it Saturday morning or Friday morning? Woke up and the lights was out. I think for approximately about 10 to 15 minutes. Then they popped back on. Um, uh, so generators. Have your generators and stuff ready. Have your candles ready. We actually have like I had a box particularly set up just for power outages where I don't have to go, I know where everything is because I'm using the drop cords for something else, but I know where everything is already. So the power outage, I know I can go downstairs to the garage. I got a box, I know where all my power sources at, all my drop cords. I know immediately what I need to go ahead and plug up. Depending on your generator, hey, some of you can push your water heaters, you know. Um, well, if you have a tankless water heater, you can still push it, if I'm not mistaken. So you can still have warm water. Uh, if you have a big enough generator, your generator could be, specially wired up to fit into your power box. Uh, like I said, man, guys, I just want to maybe get some tips, man. I know, and then I can, think about it. May not have a lot of views. Hey, it's Christmas Eve. People out having a good time, partying, eating, and everything. And maybe replay this. I'll replay this tomorrow at 7 o'clock. So if you are watching this, because I'm gonna try to show this again, I'm gonna try to play this at 7 o'clock. If you're watching this, just know that I personally will not be live. I'm just giving out pointers, wishing everybody a Merry Christmas. Um, um, but like I said, just checking on my Laura Richardson family, man. Check with all my brothers and sisters and my mom and dad uh, today. Matter of fact, I was with my mom and dad yesterday. We was talking and laughing about some stuff, and I'll definitely see them tomorrow. Uh, and listen, even though you may not be able to get somebody a gift, man, call and check on somebody just to say, hey, man, listen, I'm just checking on you. I love you. So that's what I'm doing. I'm checking on my community as a whole. I hope that the community gets to watch this and they can you know, because I put a post out earlier just asking, if everybody had lights, if everybody had, because you never know. You could be in walking or driving distance of somebody who needs some type of help. Yeah, you might not can take a whole storefront of groceries over there, but you might be able to you might be able to get somebody some non-perishables, a couple gallons of water until they can get right. You know, that's the that's the way I want to be. I want to get more into trying to help people as much as I can. I'm pretty sure there are elderly folks that are in need of stuff. There are elderly folks that are living in these older model homes that don't have adequate up to date heating and air. Excuse me. I'm pretty sure some people still got these kerosene heaters. They got these old school style heaters and stuff, and you know, you get cold, you kind of get careless and you have covers and sheets and stuff laying around, candles and stuff getting knocked over. So sometimes you just need to call and check on your elderly folks, call and check on your neighbor, ask your neighbor how they doing. Hey man, everything good. Pastor Roosevelt McCray, uh, he saw the post I posted earlier about if anybody had lights and everything, and he just was figuring maybe I didn't have. He was checking on me. I said no, brother, I'm good. I was just calling. Well, I was just checking on Facebook to make sure the community, so I can kind of gauge where everything was. I just want to gauge where everything was. So again, guys, listen, man. Um, these next couple of days are going to be cold. Uh, Now, me personally, I don't, because like I said, I didn't do any water drippings or anything last night. But uh, I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna look at the weather again. But like I said, I do have a like I said, I believe if your house is older than 10 years, I believe it's best that you go ahead and get a little drip going. Go ahead and get a little drip going. Matter of fact, a stream, not just a drip, a stream. Uh, I know this podcast here may not be exciting for everybody, but this is an informative broadcast. If you can't bring your animals in the house, again, if you can't bring your animals in the house, at least throw some clothing out there. At least get plenty cedar chip and hay. Put a tarp up, block block the wind. And listen, guys, I know we got some people who can't believe that you got your animals. I can't believe you keep your animals outside. They are, just my opinion, they are exactly what they are, animals. Animals live in dens and caves under brush. They have the capabilities of surviving. If you got an outside dog or animal, they are from the canine wolf lineage. That's in their blood. Now, if you got a little dog, about a little toy dog, yeah, they may struggle, but um, nevertheless, at least make an effort, make a good effort to make sure that you protect your animals. Like I said, I did something very simple. I went and got work lights. I got one dog got a big tote with the big screw on top, so I was able to drop the light down in there, boom, 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 screw it up, cover it up, and heat going directly down on them, and plenty of cedar chip, and maybe and some covers in there, and they get in there and they snuggle up. And another good thing is, and I'm going to be more on this, is a dog can keep better heat when they got plenty good plenty good fat on. Yeah, I did make. I made the mistake this year. This is just throwing some knowledge out there. Could be something you can use during the winter months. Um, because I feed my dogs dry food and kibble as well. I should have held off. I mean, dry food and raw. And when I say raw, I'm talking about like leg quarters, chicken gizzards, or whatever stuff like that. Um, I didn't know it was gonna be this cold, so I gave my dogs more raw, with just like meat and bone, just meat and bones, and it kind of took away from their fat content, and I felt kind of bad after the cold weather hit. 'Cause I was like, man, they're not skinny, but I felt like they was like 5 to 7 pounds overweight. I felt like. So I kind of just, I kind of trimmed back on the trimmings. And then when this cold weather hit, I was like, man, they could really use this. So um, I would say next year I would be more prepared, as I hope you will. Go ahead and make sure that your dog has plenty. If they're outside dogs, when they get close to these, matter of fact, I say in October, I would start feeding them just a little bit more, a cup more than you normally do. Feed them a cup more than you normally do. All right. Again, I put a tarp up around their kennel, put a tarp up, block some of the wind. I got the work light up in there, keeping them safe and warm. And when I get up in the morning, I go outside, open up the kennel, and I let them do their thing. They stay running and moving around the yard. And like I say, they don't even go back to the doghouse. They just sit out and lay in the grass and chill. So, but again, guys, turn your water on, um, find your candles, make you an emergency power outage kit. If you don't have a generator, then you need to make sure that you got lights or candles, batteries, some type of radio, have your something to charge up your cell phones. Um, most people phones, most people got landline phones if you got some type of internet. Um, if you got wells, if your power go off, then you 9 times 10 don't have water. Um, but in the city, if the power go off, you still able to use your water. Some people got their stuff rigged up where they can still use their water if they got well water. But go ahead and get you a kit made up. That way, when something happens, you can go directly to that closet. You can go directly to the garage, and it should already everything you need should already be in there. Everything you need should already be in there. If you got a generator, you ought to be busting that generator off at least once every 2 weeks, if not once a week. Let it run because when the power and stuff go out, you don't need to be scrambling. Uh, my wife, she have all type of little gadgets and lights and stuff and perks and batteries all over the place. I used to laugh at her all the time because she used to have so much stuff. But shoot, she kind of got me into making sure that everything is straight. So like I said, I got a little box. I got a little box. Let me go to my other because I want to make sure I got everybody on here. Y'all be patient with me. And I'm getting ready to get off in a little bit. Like I said, I wasn't planning on being on here long. I just want to let everybody know I will not be on here tomorrow morning. Okay, I will not be on here tomorrow morning. So I want y'all to I just want to check on the community. Uh make sure everybody is good to go. Uh yeah, this is not exactly what I want right here. Uh I thought I shared it. I guess I didn't. Is it up here shared? Top yeah, it is. Why isn't it showing? It's not showing, is it, guys? Okay, here we go. Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't matter because ain't nobody looking on that platform anyway. So let me go back to my regular platform. Go back to the live. Uh, so y'all forgive me, man. I'm trying to make sure. Here we go. Trey Dixon, Timothy Edwards. What's going on? Again, just checking on guys. Columbia, Gas Hopkins, Eastover. Uh, checking on the Lower Ridge community, man. Make sure y'all let that water drip. Let that water drip. Let that water drip tonight. Go ahead and cook your food, halfway cook it or whatever. Get your stuff together, man. Get your stuff in Lower Ridge community. I'm getting ready to get off it. I'm going to post this this live will come up tomorrow. It's just gonna be something for anybody maybe who want to come. Um, but I will not be live tomorrow. It's gonna be Christmas. I'm gonna sit back and enjoy it. I want you to sit back and enjoy the day. But if by chance you wake up, especially for those with tankless water heaters, if your tankless water heater freeze up, just look on YouTube how to unfreeze a tankless water heater. All you gotta do is get you a blow dryer, go to your box on the outside, and just put that heat on there. And like I said, don't turn your water open wide open first thing in the morning. Just gradually turn it on. If you live up, if you got 2 story, 3 story, or 2 level house, um, you need if your house is older than 10 years, I say let the water drip hot and cold upstairs and downstairs. Hot and cold upstairs and downstairs. Um, hey, Miss Something, how you doing? How you doing? Margaret says, I let my water drip. It didn't work. I have wow, really? Oh my God. Okay. Well, again, like I said, you can't um with as cold as it been, you got to have a steady stream. You got to have a stream. You got to have a nice little see when most people think about drip, they just think it's barely with this weather, and this is just my personal opinion, especially in the manufacturers' homes, um, because of the cold and the piping. I believe, especially if it's more than 10 years of age, you have to have a steady pour of water coming out, a steady pour, almost like you're trying to fill up a glass or a cup, but you want it to fill up slow. You want a steady pour. Yeah, yeah. But Miss Something, I sure hate that happened. Um, like I said, and it's cold, and it could be people. People could Timothy Weston, what's going on, brother? It could be people are letting their things uh uh drip, and it's still freezing up. Like I said, I didn't do the drip last night. I didn't do the drip last night, and I didn't have any problems. I did check on a couple of family members, and they had a little situation, but it was like I said, if you have a tank, this is all I know for the tankless water heater. Get you a hair dryer. Go outside and see. That's why I say you need to go ahead and make a emergency kit. Guys, get a emergency kit made for power outages. Period. Especially um, if you have a generator. If you have a generator, Merry Christmas, Kim. I mean, Tim. Merry Christmas, brother. Yeah, there ain't that much going. I'm just checking on the community, man, to make sure everybody how they staying warm and how they trying to keep their water from freezing. Because I'm gonna tell you something, man. Water and busted pipes can be a nightmare. Like I said, most of these pipes are running in walls through the ceiling. That can be a nightmare, man. So, you know, if you got to run that water, go ahead and run that water. Run it. Have your good steady stream, hot and cold, hot and cold, hot and cold. Or better yet, I mean, just the hot, but I say hot and cold, upstairs and downstairs. Let it not just because normally when we let it drip, it be around like 30. We've been in the teens. We've been in the teens, guys. We've been in the teens. It's gonna be interesting to see who all make it. I know our church is having church tomorrow, um, at New Light Below Baptist Church. So if y'all ain't got nothing to do and you want to, because some people upset that their church ain't having church tomorrow. Some people upset that their church having church tomorrow. So depending on what you upset about, you can come to New Light Below, 1330 Conqueror Road, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be a nice church service. Reverend Middleton will be bringing the message. He's a great speaker, very knowledgeable, and I'm pretty sure. We won't have y'all in service long. So again, guys, who is it? Cheryl. Hey, Cheryl. How you doing, Cheryl? I'm just checking. Cheryl, y'all had church service this morning, did you? Cheryl, I'm just checking to make sure everybody got they preparations for this cold weather. I don't know if your power or water got froze this morning, Cheryl. I was just checking on the community. You part of the community, Cheryl. How is your water? How is your power? Right now, everybody that's on here, it looks like 5 or 6 people. Uh, could be 500 or 600 people, but I'm only seeing 5 or 6. Do you have a kit right now? If the power goes out right now, do you have another power source? I think it's time for us to invest in generators. Uh, listen, invest in battery. Listen, invest in. You ain't got to get what the neighbor got. You ain't got to have something big and over. What you need to do is be prepared for. Y'all remember when that great rain came and flooded everything out down here? Y'all remember that? Nobody wasn't ready for that. Water and stuff all over the place. And listen, I'm gonna tell you guys. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. If something was to happen, if the lights was to go out, if the lights was to go out right now, within 5 minutes, we'll have lights. I'm talking about in my house. We'll have lights. I wouldn't worry about the refrigerator or the freezer for at least 48 hours. That's gonna hold fresh by itself. But if needed be, I can hook up the refrigerator. I can hook up the deep freezer. I can hook back up the TV. I can hook back up the I think the internet. I think if the power is out, I think that deals mainly on the main road. But I can hook up the TV. I can hook up my, of course, the internet, whatever. But I'd be able to watch the local news. I'd be able to charge up my phones. I'd be able to do all those things. Cheryl says my power's still on. My landlord sent us a text blast Thursday to have our faucets to drip. So we're good, 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 good. That's a good, that's a good and a smart landlord, Cheryl. Because he knows if them pipes and stuff get to leaking and busting, it ain't on you. You may be uncomfortable for a few days, but that's gonna be a major, major fix for him or them, whoever it is, male or female. Yeah. Uh, so I don't know, man. Like I said, guys, just please, 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 and even with your cars, this is what we need to do. I want y'all to remember, and I need to do this. I used to have it, but go buy you some cheap cat litter. I'm telling everybody right now. See, with this podcast, guys, I'm going to be very informative, and help y'all with stuff. Go get you some cat litter. When you're in your driveway, let's say if it rain and freeze and you got to get out the driveway and you mess around and you trying to back up and your tire spinning, that cat litter acts as traction. Cat litter cheap. Buy you some cheap cat litter. Go to go to Dollar General, Family Dollars, or whatever. Buy you some cat litter. Just buy you 4 or 5 bags of cat litter, and you can spray it, or you can pour it out on your porch and your steps, and it can help you from slipping. Cheryl says, as far as church, we fellowship and had brunch at the fellowship hall. The water line bus at. See, listen, and see, I'm. You know what? Speaking of water line bus at church, I hope at our church, because our church is a beautiful, beautiful facility now. It's beautiful from the outside. I mean, I think it's one of the better looking churches down here in the country, inside as well. But we got old plumbing there. So I will hope that um, we had some our brothers and sisters went out there, brothers, trustees, or whoever, and checked on the water and stuff, or made sure that there was some drip going on, because I can only imagine. You know, like I said, when you go to church, you ain't thinking about turning the water on. So you just gonna everybody going, they gonna want to flush the toilets, they gonna wash their hand, run, and if them pipes then froze up, got some serious problems. Cheryl, I'm glad you talked to how Tyrone Mack. What's going on? How many churches, especially people that are gonna have church tomorrow, how many people went out to the church ahead of time and checked on the piping? How many of y'all checked on the piping? I wish I had to think about that earlier. I might have called, and for all I know, our trustees might have already done that. Not only that, but made sure that that'll be adequate heat up in there. Because you know, when it's weather like this here, when it's in the teens and feel like negative, I don't care what you put that thermostat on. And you know, most of the older model of our church is a historical church, and mostly everything on that church is like center block. And when it's warm, and when it's cold, I can tell you right now, I'm pretty sure most churches down in this area, Gaston, Hopkins, Eastover, they they got AC units or either DUCT um AC ventilation duct, and they yeah, cause you know a lot of churches got that open space. You know, there's only one church I know of, which was Ville Chapel. I think it was Ville Chapel. Ville Chapel has a high ceiling, but what they did was because Ville Chapel and Unity Missionary Baptist Church are sister churches. Those churches actually came from off of Fort Jackson. They were they were moved off of Fort Jackson, and they was placed in one is in Green Lakes and the other one is right down the road on Leesburg. A real high ceiling. What they did was they lowered their ceiling, and I can guarantee you that cut down on a light bill, and it was able to cool and heat quicker because it didn't have to go all the way up in the ceiling. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I can guarantee you that. So that's a good thing. So if anybody on here, Braylon Bridges, what's going on, man? Braylon, I don't know if y'all done been out to the church already yet, but if y'all done been out, yeah, go Cowboys. Cowboys did good today, man. I was scared. I'm not happy about the win at all. Not happy about the win at all for the Cowboys. Um, but you know, win is a win. But yeah, y'all listen, y'all need to call your trustees and call your deacons and call your people and say, hey, you know, we might need to get y'all out there, you know, a few hours early so we can try to turn these water pipes on slowly, or either y'all need to have this tell everybody if you use the bathroom, uh uh, you know, hey, thought I don't want to say don't flush, but you know, hey, use hand sanitizer, please. We don't want to turn these pipes on right now. And who knows, with some of these older churches and buildings, pipes might already be busted. You don't even know. You don't even know. So that's something that this, so many important details. Like I said, all this. Listen, Lord Richardson community, uh, power. Back to this. Listen, how many of y'all got a power supply, an emergency power supply, an emergency plan for power? Like I said, right now, if something was to happen, um, even though I'm using some of the drop cords for my dogs, I got extra drop cords still I can get to run power from my generator to in the house. I got my surges, and I can hook up. Listen, I have lights. I have everything I need. I have, especially with the with the water heater that I have. I'll be able to plug up my water heater so I can have warm water. We have food that we can eat. Sometimes you need to make sure your cabinet is stocked, not so much with just food, but just in case something happens, you need that peanut butter. Uh, you need those crackers. Uh, uh, you need those Viennas and spam. I don't even eat that type of stuff. You need that type of stuff to to tie you on over. And what I went and did was I went ahead and got gas this morning. I went and gassed up. I went and made sure I gassed up because you never know what happened. I went on ahead and got Miss Dr. Something saying sardines, yeah, sardines, yeah, put a little hot sauce on the thing and they'll be right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sardines will tie you on over. And that's something as a church man. I think leaders, because I know most of the time the trustees probably would handle those things like that, like make sure the water pipes and stuff is okay. But that's just stuff that you don't really think about. That's just stuff that we kind of take for granted. And then going back to checking on our elderly folks who got these older modern homes and may not have the up to date AC HVAC system, which is um, heat, ventilation, air conditioning systems. They got these and some old folk they ain't let you take away their kerosene heaters or their oil lamps or whatever. You during these times, like I say, it's easy to get careless when you get extra quilts, extra covers, and they get lanterns and stuff. Hey, matter of fact, I think we need to go ahead and upgrade. Get rid of the candles. Let's start there right there. Y'all, let's go ahead and get rid of these candles. Start you an emergency kit. Let's get rid of candles. Let's have battery powered lamps and lights. Battery powered lamps and lights. If you don't have a generator, generators can cost anywhere from, depending on how what's the word I'm looking for? How extravagant you try to go. They can go anywhere from $250 to $2,500, $3,000. I can tell. I don't remember how much we paid for ours, but I can tell you right now, and it's full, ready to burn all night long. I got a gas can full of fuel. I got my generator fuel up. I got my drop cords ready. I got my extension cords ready. And like I said, those are the listen. You'll find out how much you appreciate simple things like a TV. Yeah, yeah. God, listen. Let's get your emergency kit set up. Let's go ahead and get away from the candles because candles could be detriment to especially the older our older community. Yeah, it could be detriment to our older community because if they fall and slip and knock some over, things could be real bad. And yeah, yeah. But I hope, man. Like I said, I know I don't have a lot of people on here today, and it's that's okay. But I believe some people go back and watch it, and I just hope that what they hear me saying on here matter of fact, I think if I do come on, no, I ain't gonna do it. I told my wife I'm not gonna come on live in the morning. But when I do come back, I think that's one of the things I wanna touch bases on. I want to touch bases on make sure that the community is prepared for harsh weather. We listen, guys. We need to have an emergency kit ready. You need to have band-aids. Listen, I'm gonna tell you another thing that you should have. You should already have over-the-counter medications. Yes, you should have order whether it's Tylenol, Advil, cough syrup, Benadryl. Those are band-aids. Those are simple, essential things that you need. Yeah, toothpaste, mouthwash. Listen, man, y'all probably saying, "What is this food talking about?" What I'm telling y'all, I'm asking y'all to realize, understand. When times like this come, you need to have these things handy. Yeah, yeah. Toothbrush, toothpaste, soap. If you can't run water, you need to have you some type of water where you can wipe yourself. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Where you can bird bath. Yeah, This is just stuff. Listen, we can, and I ain't even saying this to be funny. This is what you need to do. My wife told me, especially when it comes to the dog, she said, you need to have she loved my dog. I said, baby, I need some sheets and stuff out that closet. She said, well, what happened to the other ones? I said, well, they out there, but it's a little cold. She said, you got to get your and literally I was caught off guard. You need to have an emergency kit and supplies for your home as well as for your animals. For your animals, you ought to have extra dogs. And remember, most of the dogs' waters done froze up. I went out there and I poured some hot water in their bucket, and the top of the water bucket was about at least 3 to 4 inches of just a slab of ice. I just got that ice and threw it off to the side where they can drink water. They still need to drink. These are things that we don't think about. And just like they need to drink, imagine our elderly family members that may not have water or got these old old dug wells. That's most of the community family members was raised off of, and it's done froze over, and now they don't have proper water. You can still get dehydrated in cold weather. Yeah, you get dehydrated in cold weather. Yeah, and this may, I don't want to sound, you know, you know, Michelle, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. But if your water goes off, you have a well and you can't use the water, best advice, if it ain't number two, let it stay in there. When you use the bathroom, and listen, guys, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing, but when you use the bathroom and you just tell everybody, if it's not, and let me tell you how to help yourself out. Get some strong, get some Pine Sol or some Mr. Clean, some Gain or something. All right, get some of that. And when you do the number one, after you number one, pour you a cap fill or something in the toilet, let the lid down. And you just gotta tell her, especially when it's hey, guys, if it's a number one, just go ahead and do what you gotta do. Let it sit until we get this. Once it gets full, and I'm telling you this because some years back we had to do it. We had to remember, hey guys, we ain't got no water, and once you flush that toilet, that water not coming back in. Listen, we don't normally have normal conversations like this. This is stuff I'm trying to help y'all on. When you know better, you do better. So my wife, she has suggested we got, y'all know those big water bottles that you can that be in like offices and stuff or at school. We went and got water, big water bottles, and when we did have to use the bathroom, y'all know what we did. We if we had a number two or something, or we forgot and made a mistake or whatever, we just pulled that big thing of water down in the toilet and it flushed on its own. Like I said, somebody might be on here like, what the heck is Todd talking about? Todd trying to help you for when bad weather comes. You better have you some water. Listen, let's get the food out of the way. That's essential. Have you some water. Have you some non-perishable items, sardines, crackers, potted meat, peanut butter, bread. I would say milk, but milk is spoiled. Um, uh, you can have chips and all that type of stuff. Um, lunch meat, but again, most refrigerators keep for at least 48 to 72 hours. You need to have those type of stuff. You need to have medicine already. Tylenol, Advil, Motrin, simple little stuff like that for headaches, for aches. You need to have cold and flu medicine. Cold and flu medicine. You need to have allergy medicine, Benadryl. You need to have a little small first aid kit. You need to have battery powered lamps and flashlights. Battery powered lamps and flashlights if you don't have a generator. Battery powered lamps and flashlights. We want to try to get away from the candles because it's so easy for candles to fall and end up burning something down, especially for our elderly people. All right. If you have a generator, Okay. You want to have a generator. Already have drop cords in a box. You want to have extension cords or power strips. All right. So you can plug up your TV so you can, and you need to have a battery powered small radio, because think about it. When you ain't got no power, and most of the time we don't charge our phones uh, until we need to. So imagine you out of power and you might need help or you want to call and check on your loved ones and you can't because your cell phone did. Right? Oh yeah, the Cowboys, I'm not happy. They did good, but you know, yeah. Woo. I'm glad they won, but yeah. What else? Cat litter. Get some cat litter. So when you have freezing rain and you're in your driveway, or when you're trying to walk out of your front door, your cat litter can be used as traction where you don't fall. If you start spinning when you're backing out of your driveway, use that cat litter for traction. Use your cat litter for traction. These just little simple things, guys. If you got animals outside, go ahead and buy them some heat heated lamps. They cheap. I tried to get to them. I got to them too late, but they cheap. You can get work lights. Put them in them dog houses. Listen, dogs bodies can regulate heat well. Get plenty of cedar chip. Listen, everybody got their closet, got all that cover in there. You ain't using that cover. Go ahead and throw some cover out there. Throw some old clothes up in there. Let them dogs get up in that stuff, wrap up and nest in there. Yeah, let them do that. Barbara Lights, what's going on, Barbara? How you doing? Barbara, I'm just talking to the people, Barbara. Barbara, how are your lights? Kimberly, how are your lights? How are your lights, Kim? The lights and power. How's your water? Anything froze over? Do you have a kit? Cheryl Snell, if you on here, do you have a kit? Do you have a go-to kit right now if your lights go? Miss Sumter, do you have a go-to kit right now? Bridges, do you have a go-to kit right now? Timothy Wesley, who always on it? Listen, Michelle, do you have a go-to kit right now? Tyrone Mack, how many of y'all got it? Barbara, do y'all have a go-to kit right now that you can go to if your power go out? Or better yet, better yet, I got a good question. Good thing, Miss Barbara. Do your parents have one? Do your brothers and sisters have one? Do your neighbors have one? And I ain't saying you got to go buy all these people this stuff. Cheryl, what's going on? How you doing, Miss Hinton? How you doing? Um, I do have items need to yeah, yeah. And listen, my wife told me, especially when it comes to the dog, she said you gotta tighten up. She know I love them dogs. Now she know, yeah, man, it was cold out there. I got up during the night and walked outside and make sure they was good. Cause my last resort was I just gonna bring them in the garage. I got all my workout equipment in there, and I got some heaters in there. But like I said, I got a light in there where I can like I said, it ain't 70 degrees in a doghouse, but the show don't feel like no 20 or 30. You know. Cheryl says, we are good. We didn't have hot water this morning, but the blow dry is yeah. I told him that blow dry. Yeah, blow dry works. But again, this is what I'm saying, people. We need to go ahead and have those things in line now for the next time. Matter of fact, I don't remember. I don't even think we got a blow dry, and I got to tank this water heater. I don't remember last time me and my wife used a blow dry because now most women, I'm things that they can put on their hair and it blow the and it dry the hair. Yeah. So right now, guys, we ought to be able to let me see what Kim said. Kim says water been frozen, but there are lights. Yet I'm not. Okay, you're not home. Okay, all right. Okay, and said I got a light out there. I got a light. Okay, okay, good, good, good. Yeah. Um, and like I said, I'm not saying that. Or back to the hair dry thing. These are things that we just need to have that we don't think about it until you wake up and you go to turn that knob. See now, when y'all water freeze up, y'all already know what to do. Well, let me go on outside with this blow dry, or either let this water drip more than just a little tip, 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 tap. You need that thing to tap, 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 tip. You need a steady pour. I don't mean turn your faucet on wide open. Yeah. Ms. Hint says, we have a tankless water heater too, and I never thought the hot water would have gone out. Thank God for Pinterest and yeah. Matter of fact, I had a family member I called and checked on, and because I had one, they they was asking me about mine, and I told them I didn't have had that problem, and he was already trying to figure out some stuff, and by the time I got back in touch with him, he said he was using that method, and what started happening was it thawed out. I didn't, like I said, I didn't think that was gonna be an issue with the tankless, but I didn't run no water last night. Not saying I won't do it tonight, but I didn't feel like and this is just my opinion. I think that um anybody whose home is built more than 10 years ago, I think it's imperative that you during these cold days that you make sure you run at least tonight and tomorrow night. Go ahead and run your water. Yeah, yeah. So guys, hey, listen, that's a list right there that I think we need to make sure that we jump on. Okay, listen. Uh Hair dry, ain't that something? We need a hair dry, guys. Hair dry, an emergency kit. And listen, going back to me saying, make sure that your parents got it. Make sure your brothers and sisters got it. Your aunts, your older aunts and uncle, your grandparents. I ain't saying you particularly got to go buy these things, but ain't nothing like saying, hey guys, even your neighbor, hey man, if something go wrong, you got everything you need. And just have a little checklist. Say, hey man, I got, this is what I got at my home. I got 3 or 4 50-foot drop cords. I got what they call them things, the plug-in extensions that I can plug into. I got battery powered lights. No, no candles. No more candles, guys. I said candles earlier, but we not doing candles. We're not doing candles. No more candles. Too much things, guys, especially for our older people. No candles. Maybe that's something we need to, we always make sure that our elderly get food and water. We might need to make sure that maybe we can put something together and say, hey, we need to get these folks some battery. At least every elderly person that we know should have some type of battery powered lamp ready so they can get around the house. Because old folks, they'll light a candle in a minute. Yeah. So we need drop cords, um, uh, power surge. You need battery powered lamps. You need a battery powered radio. Uh, Cell phones, you can charge your cell phone in your car, but then you got to go outside, which is cool. If it's raining, sleeting, and snowing, ice, or whatever, you need to have cat litter. Cat litter. Cat litter can save you from busting your tail when you come out that door and hit that ice on your porch or your step. Cat litter. Cat litter can help your car back out of the driveway when your driveway ice down. Cat litter. If you got a slope on your driveway going down, if you can, park on the road. These just little things I'm throwing out there to you guys, man. All right. These little things I'm throwing out there to you guys, man. Again, I just want to come check on the community, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm gonna try to. I will not be live in the morning. I will not be live in the morning. I will not be live in the morning. This tomorrow's Christmas. I want everybody to enjoy themselves, enjoy their family, enjoy their church. I will not be live in the morning. I will not be live in the morning. I will not be live in the mornings. I'm probably gonna replay this right here. So if this is what you hear, see you tomorrow. Remember, I said Merry Christmas from Todd Mickens podcast, as well as the early morning praise for me and my wife Tavisha. Um, y'all see, I'm just doing the advertising right. Oh, by the way, wait a minute, let me do it this way. Yeah, yeah, but this was the gift from a good brother of mine, Mike Adams. They family do things like this. So if you need stuff printed up, then my wife got this for me. But yeah, um, so real quick, I'm gonna thank everybody for coming on here, and I'm gonna get off of here. Um, but like I said, guys, have an emergency kit. If you got a generator, make sure you got fuel. And when bad weather start coming, go ahead and fuel up your cars. Go ahead and fuel up your cars. All right. Go ahead and fuel up your cars. You ain't got to go buy the whole grocery store, but go get some crackers. Go on and get some crackers, some potted meat, peanut butter, sardines, viennas. Get you some fruit, some apples, some bananas, some stuff like that. All right. Uh, so again, thanks to everybody, Miss Geraldine Pugh, Miss Sumter, Timothy Wesley, Cheryl Snell, Braylon Bridges, again, Miss Sumter, Kimberly Wood, um, uh, Miss Cheryl Harris. Um, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We had some more people that was looking. Uh, Barbara, Lachelle, Tyrone Mack, uh, Trey Dixon, Timothy Edwards, and some others. Thank y'all for listening. Listen, y'all. Let's just make sure you take care these next couple of days. Again, um, peace. I love everybody. All right, I'm out of here. Y'all enjoy your Christmas. Merry Christmas from uh, Early Morning Praise and Todd Mickens podcast. We love y'all, man, and we out.